Now, my question is, if you were in a survival situation and this was your only water source, would you drink it? Hey guys, Jeremy here, and today we're going to be checking out this portable reverse osmosis water filter, which was sent to me at no charge for this review. And you know, a portable water filter is going to allow you to filter water absolutely anywhere, whether it's creeks, streams, puddles, or lakes, larger bodies of water. You're going to be able to filter that water, and you're going to be able to have clean, fresh, pure water so that you can stay hydrated. So we are currently in the charging process. So you do get a charging cable and a charging block, so you can plug that into an outlet, make sure that this is charged. The internal battery is going to hold a charge for several hours so that you're able to take this with you wherever you go. You do also have a carrying bag for this, and it's really lightweight. There's a handle here, or there's a handle here. However you want to carry this. Again, it's portable, it's lightweight. It's not going to be super inconvenient if you are out walking, hiking, biking, camping, off-grid, wherever you are. It's going to be easy to move from one place to the next. You do also get 3 water lines. So you're going to have a fresh water line. You're also going to have a raw water line, and then you're going to have a dirty water line. So I'm going to show you how to install all of those. And then we've also got our little faucet, a T connector, extra filters, and then a connected filter, which we're going to use to filter the water out of the dirty water and then purify that into clean, fresh water. So we're just going to walk through this step by step. I have not used this yet. Obviously, everything is still in the package. And the reason I'm doing this, I want us to walk through this together so that we can see just how simple the process is to get up and running from out of the box to a campground, to a lakeside, to a hiking trip, whatever. Show you how to use this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the filter out of the main machine. And so we're up on top here. You got a compass, okay? So we're going to take this compass and we're going to turn it clockwise, and we're going to pull that off of here. And right here is going to be our main filter, okay? This is going to filter out 99% of the contaminants in the water. So this does have a plastic film over it. So the first thing that we need to do is take that plastic film off. So I wanted you to take a look on the inside here. That's where your 3 water lines are going to be, and you don't want to get those mixed up. Now, they're pretty well set in there, of course, and so those are fixed. What you could mess up is when you put the filter back in. So just make sure that you don't get those reversed or mixed up at all. And once you get that back in there, it's just going to click into place. You can put your compass back on there and make sure that you get that so that it drops in, and then give it that counterclockwise twist to lock it into place. Then this is going to be our digital display. It's going to show us everything that we need to know about the water. We're going to long press it to power it on for 3 seconds. It's showing us our battery capacity. I press this one time, and it's going to start cleaning that filter of the water that was left in it from last time. So it's flushing out the system. When it's done, that light will go out, and then we will also have all of these other indicators. This is what we are going to really pay attention to today, is the raw water TDS, which is the raw water total dissolved solids. And we're going to do 2 tests with this water. We're going to test tap water right out of the faucet and show you why you need to filter your water. And then we're also going to test some dirty water outside. This right here is going to be the water that's coming out of the pure line. This is going to be our drinking water, and that should be near 0 once we get it all filtered out and ready to drink. So we're going to go ahead and power this back off while we get everything else set up. So we've also got a light on here. I'm going to show that to you next time we power it on. And this is where all of our lines are going to connect. Now, that wasn't supposed to pull out of there like that, but it did. Pop this out of here like that. Now, don't lose those, because when you're transporting, you want to make sure that those go back into that hole. Now, those click in there, okay? So this is going to be a quick connect. So we can put that in, and we can also pull that out just like that. Now, if we put it back in, there's going to be a little click. There it is. Pull that plug. Okay, so after you get your water lines hooked up, we've got a little faucet here, and that faucet is going to connect like this, and it's also going to be a quick connect. So once you get that on there, that's not going to come off. So we're going to take our faucet and we're going to put it right on the end of the machine. Then we're going to take our little elbow here and we're going to put it on the bottom side of that faucet, and we're going to make sure it snaps in place just like that so it don't come off. And then we're going to take our pure water and we're going to connect it right here just like that. And then we're going to take our raw water and we're going to put a filter on it as well. Make sure that when you put that in there, you get it all the way in so that it don't come out. And then you can toss this into your water supply. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and power this on now. And then we're going to do a single press. Start that filter process. And I want you to notice the TDS. This is our drinking water right here. Total dissolved solids. Those are contaminants that are in the ground. Okay, so if you are testing this inside, make sure that your wastewater is weighted down, because it will come out of there with just a little bit of pressure, some PSI, and it will blow the hose out of your bowl if you're doing it like we did. So I got a little bit of water on myself, went and changed my clothes, went and changed my shirt, and we're going to go ahead and finish this up now. So the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and get this powered back on. You notice it automatically shuts off to preserve the battery life. And then it's automatically going to go into the filter mode when I power it on with a quick press. And you can see we are getting a little bit of wastewater here. Now, if we was outside, we can just let this run on the ground, which would be fine. And once it's done, there, it'll shut off automatically just like that. And now I have a full water supply. Next thing we can do here is go ahead and grab ourselves a cup of water. Wait for that to start pumping out. So what we're getting here is a bunch of sediment from inside that filter that needs to be flushed out, because this is not clean, pure water. So you'll notice we're getting some good crystal clear water there. And I want you to check out the total dissolved solids on the display. That water is sitting at 191 total dissolved solids, which is a pretty hard water, full of contaminants. And then the fresh water coming out is sitting at 14. Now I want you to notice after it's done, the wastewater continues to waste for just a little bit to clean that filter out. Now you can look at that water there. Good, crystal clear water. Now this was tap water, but what it did was it took all of the contaminants out of it, the arsenic and the chlorine and all of the other stuff that's in the ground, all the sediment that's in the ground. Your water is filtered through that, and then you get all of that into your drinking water. And so what this reverse osmosis does is that it makes it crystal clear and pure without all the garbage in it, so that you're getting a good glass of water. Now, I'm going to show you the portable side of this, and we're going to go out to a dirty water supply and show you how this works out in the real world. Okay, so we're out here at our chicken coop, and you can see the water is definitely dirty. And, you know, it's okay for chickens. I mean, they're in and out of that all the time, but it's not okay for human consumption. So you can see we got our filter in there, and we've got our wastewater just out of the way here. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to power this on, and we're going to see what kind of water we get out of here. You can see the wastewater. Look at that. That's pretty good in my opinion, compared to what's coming out of there. Notice the water supply once again. And this is the water that we're getting out of it. Look at that. I'm just going to let that keep running for a little bit, just so that we don't think it's the old residual water that we had from the tap water. So we'll go ahead and keep running this for a little bit. Notice where the total dissolved solids are, 133. Now again, this is just tap water. And then almost 100% pure water. That's pretty good. So what I'm thinking here is that if you were in a camping situation, you were off grid, you were without water for some reason or another, and you needed to stay hydrated, this thing is going to be portable, can go with you anywhere. And it's not going to be just it's not just going to be a portable reverse osmosis water filter. There's a couple of other things that we can do here as well. So this is going to keep drawing water in. There's a lot of power on that wastewater, so not a big deal there. But I do want to show you a couple of other things on here while as we finish this up. Now, if I was to click this twice, what we've got here on the front side is a flashlight, which is really nice. If I do it 3 times, it switches over to an SOS. So that's super handy to have, especially if you were in a survival situation. One more press, and we're going to go back to the main screen, and then another quick press, and we're going to go back to our water filter system and get that filled up. Show you this one last time, that it just keeps giving you fresh water. Once the pump stops, then it's going to start kicking out fresh water for us to drink. Now, my question is, if you were in a survival situation and this was your only water source, would you drink it? I don't taste any dirt. I don't taste any chemicals. I don't taste any leaves. It's just clean, fresh, pure water that I'm sharing with the chickens.